All right, I think we're live. I'm 99% sure we're live. If we are, welcome to PreMarket Prep at the close, everyone. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. Joel, how we do today in the markets?
Yeah. How do we do every day, Spencer?
If I had to guess, let's see. The Nasdaq is at like a bajillion. It's all good. Am I
It's
close?
yeah, yep. Hey, give the folks that stat that you told me about the triple Qs at the
Okay.
top.
Yeah. Why don't you bring your charts up? And if you pull up a long-term chart on the QQQ, you'll see what I'm talking about here. But the
I'll get that.
QQQ, it basically took the QQQ. It took 5 years to go from 100 to 200, and it's gonna go from 200 to 300
Tomorrow. I'll probably go there tomorrow.
in less than a year. It took 5 years. From it hit 100 for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but it hit 100 during the dot-com bubble. But it 100 again in 2014, and it took 5 years to get to 200, and that was last year. And it's going to go from 200 to 300 in a couple months when you consider that it was below 200 in March.
Yeah.
And we're going to go from 2 to 3 in like 4 months.
That's a
5 months.
move. That's a move. Technology rules. We'll just recap the day here real quick for you folks. S&Ps, gave a little bit of indication that it was going to go down a little bit, not much, nowhere near the pre-market low. In fact, we stopped at the intraday low from yesterday right there at the daily pivot, 1050. Just kind of drifted higher. Once we took out that pre-market high, 29.25, the move accelerated to the upside. We are sure to post here a new closing rebound high. We are getting awful close to all-time highs here, but we'll keep an eye on that. Current high is 33.44. Let's look at the crude market. After climbing into the mid 42 handle yesterday, crude quiet range down 13 cents at 42.06. Gold continues its magical run up $23.60. Silver, that's not lagging at all. Silver's up 7% here. $1.96 at 28.85. Do I hear 30 coming in silver soon? And Bitcoin has cleared that $12,000 level for the first time in a long time, up $190. These are the futures at 12,040.
Yeah, so Bitcoin at a 12-month high. That's surprising. Here is my broad generalization of the day. I tried to bump up my volume. Let me know if I'm still too quiet there. Let's make it a little louder. Okay, here's my broad generalization of the day. If you are a stock and you are at an all-time high or near an all-time high, and you report amazing earnings, you are going to go down. That there are some exceptions to this, but that is what we're seeing here in a lot of stocks. HubSpot is an exception, but look at Roku, look at Fastly, look at Camping World today getting smacked around on great reports. These are stocks that were at or near all-time highs. Doesn't matter what the report said. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think you get high expectations, and Fastly basically did what exactly it did last quarter. It beat and raised. They don't make a ton of money, but just seemed like there were sellers out there. Like people were just, I'm selling this today, and that's what you saw here. It was beat up in the pre-market and followed through in the regular session. Still not much of a dent, considering the run that it's had. It's definitely pulled back off the high. We'll see how things settle tomorrow. Might get a little bit more follow through on the downside, but if you just think that this is a one-off, and you can lean on that low from today, 85.51, but maybe a little bit more work to do on the downside for Fastly.
I think just what this means is for our purposes, every stock should be on notice, right? If you beat earnings, if you raise guidance, then you are officially on notice. And I've got my finger hovering on the sell button. That's what.
Okay.
That's what this means. I mean, Camping World blew it away. CWH here, and
what was it? Did they say something or?
No,
wow.
it was a great report. It was a great quarter, and I mean, the stock's been on a huge run. What more could you want?
Yep.
and it's giving it back and taking
I mean, you
profits.
you go from 25 to 43 and change, or what was that high from yesterday? I mean, you just get big expectations in, and then the Johnny come latelys that are coming into the stock. You got two in yesterday's session here for Camping World. You got the 42.49, 42.29 close. That was an all-time closing high. Lower open, just couldn't regain that close. And once it couldn't regain that close, I think you found some profit takers here. I think I could hold out for under 30 here. This is a big red bar. Your next daily low comes in at 28.67. So perhaps a little bit more patience here with Camping World. Definitely wanted to take profits ahead of the report.
Hey, how is Disney? I'm curious about Disney and Amazon today because Dan Loeb from Third Point was out, and he disclosed new stakes in both Disney and Amazon. Disney is actually having a very good day
Yep.
today, up 2.5%, actually more than that. Amazon is in the green today too. Well, I mean, the whole everything is in the green today except for the stocks we just talked about. But tech is in the green, Disney's in the green. This is on the back of the Dan Loeb. I think the Dan Loeb disclosure that they have new stakes in both Disney and Amazon. And let's look at those here.
And Mr. Lowe wasn't buying them at these levels. He was buying them during the dearth of the crisis. Continuation move for the House of Mouse. How much did we see below that closing price? Just a great day yesterday. Shorts are jammed from before. Shorts are jammed. Who shorted it yesterday? You had a close yesterday at. Boom, 127.61. Now you had a quick dip below that, a couple points, went to 25.61, well above the low from yesterday. Came back up through that closing price. I'm sure there wasn't been much heat there, as you can see. Well, went through once and came back. That was early in the session, but House of Mouse, I mean, back over 50% of that break that it had, and moving. We got a big candle to work there through March, so we'll see what happens with that issue. Amazon just been kind of quiet. If you look at the moves in Facebook and Apple today, it definitely dwarfs that price action. But moving back up, still got this pesky high here. That high on earnings day. That came in at 32.46.82. Today's high 32.47.47. Let's just call that 32.47. That's a big level. That will open up the door to new all-time highs in Amazon.
All right. What about some of the stocks reporting after the close today? The big one is, of course, Uber. They've had an event.
Uber,
They've
forgot about
had an
Uber.
eventful few months. They announced the acquisition of, gosh, who was it now? Who did Uber buy last month?
Uh,
Blanking on the name here.
Eats or something?
Postmates. They bought Postmates. Wow. Okay.
Postmates. Okay.
Postmates last month, and then the month before that, they announced they had some major layoffs. So bottom line with Uber, I think, is everyone's expecting the same thing. Uber Eats is going to be amazing, and the rest of their business is gonna suck. I think is
Okay,
the
gap fill, folks. Have you been waiting for that gap fill in Uber since when was that? That was on June 10th. You had a gap down day with a low of 34.27. You worked your way under 30, came back. Really, street buying this into the report. Holy mackerel, 30 to 35. They better have a good report here, folks. Buyers all the way into this print. I'm looking at this $34 level. Important to close over 34. It looks like it's going to do that by a long shot. But Uber on the road to recovery. Well, I don't see how they're earning. I mean, yeah, their rides are going to be up on a percentage basis because no one was riding anywhere. So we'll see. See, should be
yeah.
an
It's been
interesting report coming out of Uber. We might as well take a look at the Lyft chart, LYFT. Uh, Rallied a little bit more muted, though. You can see all those highs just under 34 is the major resistance in Lyft as well. Spruce selling off a little bit right now, 350. I did see some imbalances either that earlier that pushed us through 33.40, but maybe they,
slight buy imbalance.
yeah,
Nothing too
yeah.
crazy.
And But yeah, there's a look at Uber and Lyft. Let's see what happens on those reports.
We're also going to get Booking Holdings today, BKNG.
It's just
That'll be a disaster as well.
right. So you probably want to be long, right?
I guess so. I guess so.
How bad can it be? Bookings. Let's see. How does this stock recover? It has recovered. Not, yeah. I mean, it came off the low 2,200 to just under 1,200. Got back half of that move. This is a tough one. I'm not real great on high price stocks like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
but I will see. I will say that I'd be looking at this high as a potential resistance point. That's 1802.73. And then the high since the low has been 1871.97. So that's what you're looking at in bookings. Maybe maybe they'll do a stock split or something.
Maybe. Also on our radar today, Datadog, Dropbox, the Desk, and Fortinet and Livongo just merged, so maybe not that
So
one.
what you're saying, if the trade desk beats handsomely, it's going to get killed, right?
That's my prediction. That is my
Today,
prediction.
yeah,
Yes.
based on today's price
Yeah.
action, DDOG, Datadog, uh, boom, little bit of profit taking here ahead of the report. It's been in a nice range. It's been holding 80, probably finding problems, at that all-time high. I think I mentioned that this morning. I think there were three highs right in the 98 area, so keep an eye on that. Let's just call it 98.40. On the downside, you don't want to see it breach this low at 80.09. So that's what you're looking at. Datadog going into the report.
Going through some tickers in the chat here. Someone is asking, why did Apple go up today? I don't know, but
Why not?
that's the answer. Why didn't Apple go up, or why wouldn't they go up today? There is no reason not to go up. They did actually get removed from like the top list at B of A Securities. I guess that's like a minor demotion, but they're still bullish on the stock. Apple doesn't need a reason to go up; it just does.
Yeah, you had the move out, your earnings move, then you had the move after earnings, then just 2 quiet days of consolidation, and then boom, blasted off today. Just oh man, I mean, this thing might even double here since the March low. What 225? Yeah, it has. It has doubled since the March low. So, great report, and just no sellers to be found here in Apple.
All right, what else from the chat? They're talking about RKT. That was the big IPO of the day. Rocket Companies. That is, of course, the Quicken Loans parent. Benzinga, if you don't know, our offices are in the Quicken Loans building. So an exciting day in Detroit for all of us here at Benzinga. Just a big day for Detroit in general. RKT opened at the IPO price and is having a good day. I did also see it was by far, not even close, by far the top stock added on Robinhood today, according to robintrack.net. Last time I checked here, about 48,000 Robinhood, now it's over 50,000 Robinhood clients added RKT to their portfolios today, according to RobinTrack. So
Yeah,
big day for rocket companies on the retail side of the market, and it's good first day of trading. But IPO is not much to say about an IPO.
no, I mean, you can look at the numbers and
Yeah,
opened up
so
right at
for
that
now,
price.
18 is the big number now because 18 is the IPO price and the opening price. So 18 is going to be huge for a while.
Yeah, 1750. That was the low in the session. So easy enough, 1750, and then what was the high? 2276. Still going to stay well over mid range, but let's just say I'd love to see this stock do well
Yep.
and continue to prosper here, and the economy and housing's hot here in Michigan. I hope that continue worldwide.
Housing is hot everywhere, I think. I don't know
Yep.
where it isn't hot right now. All right, let's go to some stocks here from the chat. About 5 minutes left in today's broadcast. Let's see if I can find some. What about? Yeah, I don't know if you followed up on WDC today, Joel, but we talked about that at length this
Let me
morning.
see. Let's see
Yeah.
what happened with WDC. Ooh, not much. Look at that. No one's coming to rescue this stock. This is not good. I mean, you're hanging out here. You got someone supporting the stock right off the low of the session. The low is 36.90, but you're just trading 30-40 cents off that. So I don't know. It's hard to pick a bottom. I think we talked about this one. Maybe wait for that March low if you have to step in. Oh, that was way down in 27.40. But just no bounce here. So not much to say to the Bulls here in this one.
And here, okay, so here's one that goes against my generalizations from earlier. Carvana, CVNA. They had earnings yesterday. Earnings were good. The stock's been on a tear, and so this does not align with my thesis about strong stock selling off after strong earnings because this one's been a beast today. Up.
CVNA.
Yeah.
Now, did this one change its symbol or something?
No, I don't think so.
No, 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 no. Rocket ship broke out from its all-time high and just never looked back. So not much to say about that chart, Spencer. It broke out and now, wow, it broke out at 160 or today at yesterday's high was at 179 and then just never looked back. But I don't know what the short interest is in that one, but short's getting smoked on this one. New all-time high by a wide margin. What I found in this market is when stocks make a new all-time high by a wide margin, they keep going in that direction. So we'll see what happens tomorrow in CVNA.
All right, GLUU is having. You could call this a 2-day move in GLUU Mobile here, GLUU. They had the post earnings sell off yesterday. More selling action
More
today.
pain.
More pain today.
Yeah, you took out that low from yesterday and trying to find support at that $8 level, gone 10 to 8 pretty quickly. Today's low, 789. Yep, that's correct. 789. Your low back here, 801 on May 5th. So not bouncing out of there like you want to see it, but let's see you hold 8 for a day or two, get maybe a little bit of recovery there in GLUU
All
Mobile.
right, let's do some final thoughts here, Joel, on this market. Qs are ripping. Like I said, they're
In
going
the
to Qs are
close.
going to 300 by like next week at this rate.
You got your jobs number tomorrow. The street is, and you had that little preview today, and the market liked what it saw. So I don't know. Just hope they don't jack them up another 20 points overnight ahead of the number. But within earshot of all-time highs here, I mean, what all can you say basis the front month contract? We've come this far, this fast. I don't know why we would stop. All-time high. This is just basis the front month contract. This was 33.75.75, and back was February. So as I said, base front month contract, 30 handles away. With the way this market goes up 20, 30 handles a day, that could be on the radar for tomorrow. We'll see if the job number throws us any curveballs.
Dion's asking any noticeable earnings after the close today. Yeah, I gave a few earlier. As far as before the open tomorrow, not really. Virtue Financial is interesting. That's kind of the only one on my radar for tomorrow morning, a light earnings day. Maybe Canadian Solar, CSIQ, that could be of note. But yeah, Uber, the big one after the close today. Datadog, Dropbox, Fortinet, Booking Holdings, those are going to be the ones on my radar after the close. Today, don't forget to hit that like button, folks. We appreciate that. And hit the subscribe button while you're at it. We love seeing those numbers go up. Also, if you missed my chat, our chat this morning with the CFO of Chegg, you can catch that on YouTube or on our podcast. It's on every podcast platform that you've heard of. We're on it, and I thought we had a good chat with Andy, so check that out there again. Please remember all the information from our broadcast is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. That's 4 o'clock. That means we're closed. That means Joel and I are going to hop off here. So everyone have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.